Hey folks, welcome to the first video on Poverty Farm Garage. Today I'm going to do a video on my 1970 Pontiac LeMans Sport. I've had it for 24 years now and I think it's time to change it up. I'm going to be putting it up for sale. So I'm kind of hoping you guys can tell me what your thoughts are on it, how you would rate it, and what you would value it at. So without further ado, I'll start showing you the car and giving you some details on it. Car's a little dirty, so please bear with me. Parking it in a barn, even though it's under a cover, isn't always the best thing. But this is my 1970 Pontiac LeMans. I bought it off my older brother in 2000. He bought it in 1989, so it's been in our family for almost 30 years. This is what I got dropped off in my first day of school. Showed up like a hero. And just thought it was the coolest car, and when I had the opportunity to buy it off my brother in 2000, I jumped on it pretty quick. It is a documented 400 4-speed factory original car. At some point in time, there was a restoration done on it. Originally, it was a blue car with a black vinyl top and a sandalwood interior. Over the time, it's been painted black and had these Keystone rims put on it. I have the original rally style rims for it that I'm going to end up putting on it. Again, I just have to finish restoring them. When you look at it from this angle, it's pretty much GTO. The GTO is all the same all the way up, just the front clip is different on it. This one is a dual exhaust. And I described the car as a good 20-30 foot car. In the video, it's going to look pretty good. Then I'll get in a little bit closer and show you the problem spots on it, the things that are starting to come through on the body. It's a Canadian car, so we have to bear with that. They were driven in the winter. They weren't all Texas cars, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and pop the hood on it. On these things, way down underneath here, you have this little bar that you got to pull and it'll pop it. But the trick is you got to get your fingers underneath, and it's a double latch. So it's quite hard, especially to do with one hand on a camera. There we go. So under the hood, it needs to be dressed up. The insulation's gone off it, needs a good cleaning. And that there is the factory original 400 4-speed. Nothing's been done to it other than over time the chrome was starting to rust on the original valve covers, and my brother replaced the original air breather with this K&N with chrome cap. If someone were to want this to be a great show car, it does have some cleaning that needs to be done. A good under detail, which if I can get that done in time before I post it for sale would be great. I had to replace the brake master cylinder, and unfortunately I saw a trick where you can just spray them with clear coating to keep them from doing that rust look, but that's where we're at. We have a few little leaks on the valve cover, and just some of the spots they're starting to, but all in all, for a Canadian car, it is in quite good shape. You'll see some spots like this on it that have just chipped up, showing the original paint over time. But it runs and drives, it's insured. I put about 500 kilometers on it a year. I hope the day comes that I don't regret selling this car, but it's one of those things where I've had it for such a long time. I've had my fun with it, that maybe it's time to send on to somebody else. We'll just hop in here. You can see the someone decided in years past when they were doing the restoration that they wanted to replace the center inlays with crushed velvet that the sun's beating the heck out of. And, you know, I'd love to put it back to the original if I were to keep the car. But you can see the door cards on it and stuff like that are good. It's got the original shifter 4-speed manual with the Muncie M21 4-speed. And then it has the features of the GTO. The chrome trimmed out pedals, and just different components that only the Le Mans Sport and GTOs would have. You can see on a Le Mans Sport and a GTO, they're pretty much the same thing. There's minor changes. The basic Le Mans has different things with it, but the Le Mans Sport, pretty much GTO with the exception of the front clip. This one was built to be a GTO, and from what Pontiac Historical Services said, someone built it to go in a straight line real fast. So it has power brakes but doesn't have power steering. It has the upgraded rad, the 400, with the manual 4-speed transmission in it. So from what you guys can see, I'll do some close-ups on some different spots. Let me know what you think of the interior and just the general value of the car. What do you think it would be worth? I'll do a couple more outside clips. I'll fire it up and I'll let you guys hear it run. You can hear the K&N sucking the air through on this one. Runs smooth, has a bit of an exhaust leak. I think I need to replace the manifold gaskets. That's where you're getting that popping from. And I just fired it up. It's burning a bit of condensation out of the pipes yet. Looking at the interior, you can see that over the years, the car was original a sandalwood interior that somebody has switched over to black prior to me buying it. The paint they used to do the seat backs is starting to come off. You can see the sun fade there. That should be black crushed velvet. But all in all, despite the crushed velvet, the seats are in good condition. The headliner is not bad, but you can see there, I had a mouse join us at some point in time, chewed in when my brother had it, and ate a hole in the headliner. But all in all, the headliner is good other than that. The front seats, again, sun faded, crushed velvet. And on this one, we have a tiny little puncture right there. I think my brother got in with a pen or something in his pocket and just stabbed the seat. And then there's the interior. On some Le Manses, this would be an air conditioning vent if it was an AC car. Non-AC cars just had a black bezel that said Pontiac in chrome writing on it. But I haven't been able to find a proper bezel for this one yet. Either AC just to hide it with the vents, or the Pontiac logo in there. We'll pop the trunk here. Lock works well. Inside, there's some surface rust that if you bought a can of the splatter paint and cleaned it up, it would look nicer. But there's really no rust anywhere on it. I don't know why these holes were cut out at some point, but they were patched back in. I don't know what that would have been for. Then I do have a jack and a spare tire in the barn for it as well. The wheel wells all look good. But it definitely needs some trunk rubbers. Those are just deteriorated and need to be replaced. So like all old vehicles, they have their imperfections. This one, it looks good from a distance, but I can show you some of the different things that are going on with it. Right here, you can see the bubbling in the paint. That's just starting to come over the drip well there. And down here on the fender, I just got that little spot there starting to come in. Other than that, the wheel wells on this thing are really good. There's a little bit of bubbling up here again. But again, it's a Canadian car. It's 50 years old. You're going to expect these things up here in Canada. And then the other main spot was down on the bottom of the door. Front driver's side door right here. It's starting to go. But when you look at other areas, it's a good car. You know, I've had a lot of fun in it. If a guy wanted to take the car out like I do and just drive it around, it's far from perfect, but it's a lot of fun. You don't see many cars like this out anymore. So, you know, if you're looking for a $100,000 GTO or comparison, this isn't the car. If you want to go out and rip around the town, have some fun in a quick car that has factory 320 horse in a 4-speed manual, which are really tough to find, this is a pretty cool car. From the back, it looks like a GTO. From the front, it makes it unique enough. Makes it a little bit different. It's a pretty cool car. So if you guys have an idea of what the value would be on a car like this, would you mind letting me know? Looking to put it up for sale, but I really don't know what it's going to be. It's not a $30,000, $40,000 car, but it's not a $10,000 car either. Now, these are Canadian numbers that I'm using, but if you'd leave a comment down below what you think, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching Poverty Farm Garage. I'm going to be posting more videos in the future that if you like this type of stuff, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below. Every little bit helps me out, and I can learn what you guys like, what you don't like, how I can improve on my videos, all those things. So again, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.